Thanks to Pokemon is my brand new series, and currently underwhelming Pokemon can be fixed to be more viable in the OU tier, without fundamentally changing them too much. Hi, my name is the Little Bandito. If you enjoy this type of content, make sure you like and subscribe. As for the rest of 2024, I'll be making these videos 3 times per month, and I'd appreciate all the support as it takes a lot of effort to make these videos. Today I'm going to fix Goodra, one of the most popular Pokemon that came out of Generation 6, as Ash used this cute gentle giant on his own team to make the fans really adore this design. Let's see what is Goodra's debut, its fall in competitive Pokemon, and how do we fix this Pseudo Legendary to become the likes of Dragonite and Dragapult as the best Pseudo Legendary in OU. Goodra was debuted as the 7th Pseudo Legendary into the franchise, known to have a base stat total of 600 for each one. Its stats have a good base 90 HP, a good 100 attack, a middling base 70 defense, a great base 110 special attack, a whopping base 150 special defense, and a mediocre base 80 speed. Even though Goodra has a Hisuian form, I won't be speaking about Goodra Hisui as it was just debuted in Generation 9, but also any moves that we add to Goodra will be included in Goodra Hisui as well, as it will make the good Pokemon become a great Pokemon in the game. During its debut in Generation 6, it was in UU even though it had major coverage due to the lack of recovery. It also got completely overpowered by the likes of Garchomp, Kyurem Black, Mega Charizard X, and the Lati twins in OU, so it fell down to the UU tier, which was facing major competition from the best dragon in the tier, Hydreigon, Haxorus, Mega Sceptile, and the relative to Mega Ampharos, a mediocre dragon type that was too good for RU but not good enough to be the best dragon in UU. As in each subsequent generation after its poor debut, it kept stumbling down to each and every lower tier due to being outclassed but also having a lack of good recovery in each generation. In Generation 7, it dropped down all the way to the RU tier, facing off against the previously stated dragons but also facing off against Flygon, Noivern, Tyranium, and a similarly built Dragalge for competition. This has made Goodra not only run more potent offensive sets, but easily gets chipped out by entry hazards and status to easily hamper its potential as a sweeper. But in Generation 8, unfortunately, it doesn't have a role, as not only it got banned from the NU tier, in which has no role in the RU, being outclassed by the likes of Flygon, Noivern, and even Regidrago as potential dragon types, but also it got outclassed by Umbreon and Registeel as special defensive walls. Even though it has gained some great moves in Generation 9, Goodra has fallen down to the PU tier, as it has the same issues as it had in previous generations, and it was outclassed by multiple Pokemon in the NU tier because of Gen 9's devastating power creep. To conclude, many fans and experts consider Goodra to be the worst pseudo-legendary out of all of them. Even Joey Pokeaim has made a video on this topic. I will link the video in the description if you want to watch it as well. Goodra needs to be reworked in some way, so I've decided to give Goodra the water and dragon typing, as it does need a bit of defensive help, but also is known fundamentally as a slimy Pokemon. We're relating to it to be living in swamps. Now I'm going to do a bunch of stat reworkings. I'm going to drop Goodra's base speed from base 80 to base 70, as his speed is not particularly needed as a bulky Pokemon. I'm also dropping his special defense from base 150 to base 130, as I do want to keep it for his now special bulk, but I also feel that it may be a bit much for most pseudo legendaries. Now I have 30 points to work with. My first addition is adding 15 points to Goodra's defense, as it needs respectable bulk to take dragon type moves like Outrage, Scale Shot, and even Dragon Claw. But I'm also adding another 15 points to special attack to not only break multiple targets but also multiple Pokemon that could try to wall it, which is the reason why we have that. One of the most important things to give the Slug Dragon is an important niche in changing disabilities. I am changing Hydration as an ability to give one of the scariest abilities that Goodra can do in Storm Drain, giving it a special attack boost by hitting a water move. Sure, this new type change will not be helpful as it will quad resist, but giving a very important special attack boost will give it a very good way to breaking through multiple threats and punishing Pokemon like Walking Wake and Ogerpon Wellspring. Finally, I'm going to give Goodra one move. Its move pool is already great enough, but this move is viably needed for this Pokemon to rise up. I'm finally going to give the Pokemon move Recover, as it is relative to Magcargo and Milotic. It is needed for this to be very much of a bulky threat rather than trying to use his unused stats. But for these changes proposed, Goodra might be a great Pokemon in OU and an excellent Pokemon in UU with his great defensive typing, incredible move pool, and it will be rise up and beat out multiple threats with his great defensive bulk. When a miniature niche into Uber tier, countering Pokemon like Kyogre, Arceus Water, Skeleturge, and Ho-Oh, in which it could be a valuable partner on Zacian, Arceus Ground, or other set of threats. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you comment down below which Pokemon you want me to do next, as any Pokemon you suggest I can do in a future video. As to celebrate my first month into my new series, I want to shout out Xenon for doing a beautiful job editing these videos. If it wasn't for him, none of this would have been possible. Shout out to Luop as well for making my thumbnails, and also SPCrashWorks for making my new logo for the series. I also want to shout out everyone else here for all the support and all the love we've got so far. My end of the year goal is 500 subscribers, and we're about 45 subscribers away from the goal. So any sub will be really appreciative for this year. Until next time, y'all, I hope you have fun and see you on the next one.